Julia here from JM Squared Vintage. Welcome back to the channel. I am here today with a ship with me video. I've got a big old weekend of sales to get out the door, some really cool sales, some really interesting sales, some brands I'm excited to talk about, some things that sold really quick, some things that took a surprisingly long time to sell, but either way, I'm excited to kind of share with you what sold, how much it sold for, what I got it for, and kind of invite you into this side of the process of what I do here. But if you are new here, first and foremost, welcome. Welcome aboard. I am Julia. That's me. We talk all things thrifting and vintage and reselling on the internet. If that sounds like something that you are into, be sure to hit subscribe down below. I would love to have you along on this journey. But surprising to probably none of you, if you have been following with me for any amount of time, I'm running late. It's Monday. I've got a lot of stuff to pack up, get to the post office. I've got a really packed afternoon. It's already afternoon. So let's get into this shipment. So go get yourself a snack, go get yourself a drink, sit back, relax, and let's get into the shipments. So first up here is this cute little top from Free People. This is called the Found My Friend sweater. I love this like ice blue color. This is very much gonna be like a color of the season this year. It's just this kind of like nubby knit, slightly cropped silhouette with these fun like balloon sleeves, but it is knit, like it's a lightweight knit, it's 100% cotton. It is super cute. It's a size small. It is oversized, but not like egregiously so. You know how Free People can sometimes be insanely oversized. This is not one of those pieces, but it is very cute. And again, that ice blue color, I'm just starting to see it really pop on a lot of blogs and with a lot of influencers. So be on the lookout for pieces. Make sure you're using the term ice blue in your tags. Any little thing that can help your pieces come up when somebody searches helps. That's, if you are not already intentionally keywording your listings, be sure you start doing it. I will always kind of call out some things, especially if something like this is like an emerging keyword. This is a perfect opportunity to kind of get in before the general masses are all over it. But I just thought this was a really cute sweater, so I grabbed it. Oh, and by the way, I have like a $37 average sales price this weekend, which is great. I generally aim for about 30, so anytime I can beat that by a good clip, I am very happy. And there's no real like crazy expensive things that I've sold that really kind of tip that over. Like last week I sold a Gucci sweater that I had for a little bit and it was $400, but if I brought that into a haul, that would have been, that would have really skewed the number. This is all kind of like a good average of 37. So anyway, this is the Free People Found My Friend. I've had this for over 4 months. I got this kind of tail like in the fall last year. I had it listed for $28, got a $22 offer, and with a $1 cost of the bins, that brought my profit to $17.30. Super happy to get that on the move. I was ready to move that guy along. Next up is this cute top from Lululemon. This is called the Healthy Heart Pullover, and it is black and made of the Align fabric, so it is picking up every piece of lint in the vicinity. So we'll hit that. We'll keep this guy handy as we are folding this up. This is like considered like an after yoga top. So it's a pullover style with this kind of big cowl neck, but the neck crosses over. So it almost looks like a big, almost like a scarf wrapping around your neck. Super cute. This was one of those pieces that I got at this one thrift store that I go to. It's something I definitely paid up for. This is a place that I'll go to if I have a really slow week at the bins or if I need some really kind of like quick hits. This is a place that I'll go. I will absolutely pay up there. It ranges from like standard thrift prices, so in the $4 to $5 range, all the way up to like boutique thrift prices where, they had some like couture dresses. They had, oh my God, the last time I was there, they had this 90s vintage Richard Tyler couture gown, and I'm still thinking about it. It had a little bit of damage. I don't know what I would have done with it. It's certainly like nothing that I could have fixed on my own, but it was just beautiful. And the silk, it was this like lime green silk taffeta. Just gorgeous. Anyway, a good Lululemon top especially like a kind of a sweatshirt top, is always gonna be a good bet. I, of course, prefer finding them at the bins. But, you know, as long as I know, like if I'm in a higher price thrift store, I generally kind of go with the, can I triple the price of what I'm paying? If I can triple the price retail of what I'm paying, then I'm gonna be happy because I'll make my, you know, I'll make my money back and then some. It's another sale. It's getting another, you know, $138 sweatshirt into somebody's hands for a decent price. But yeah, they're, you know, the tank tops from Lululemon, I question. Usually I don't always pick those up. They are probably the slowest movers that I have. Those and like true crop leggings, especially like the Luon crop leggings. The Luxtreme ones and the New Lux still sell really well for me. But this is definitely an always buy. So this, again, called the Healthy Heart sweatshirt. It's made out of that nice like Luon or Rulu fabric, whatever it is that they make the lines out of. So I had this listed for $58, which was kind of in line with sold comps. I saw sold comps ranging between like 40 and like 75 depending on size. But so I listed this at 58 and I got an offer within about a month for $49, which I did accept. This was a $12 cost at that thrift store. So again, aiming to have this sell for $36 or more. But this basically brought my profit to $19.49. So all in all, a great deal. Definitely the exact kind of thing that I go to that thrift store for. You know, something that I know is gonna sell, it's gonna sell quick, and it's gonna sell for a great price. I'm always willing to pay up a little bit for that. Next up, this was a really quick seller. This is a pair of Free People Movement leggings. And you know, it's funny, like I can tell just by looking at this waistband, I knew exactly what these were. It's a very distinctive look that Free People Movement has for their leggings. This has a really subtle like snake print to it. They're a size medium large. They're in this pretty blue color, but there was a little bit of wear where the little label, I always call this a berry, I don't know what it is, but the label was starting to peel off a little bit. So I priced it accordingly. I think that these sell somewhere between like $70 and $100, depending on the legging. You know, Free People Movement's pretty expensive. But the one thing I do love about Free People Movement is that they really have like design to their athletic wear. You know, whereas Lululemon is like function, function, function. There is some like funky design in Free People Movement. Actually, if memory serves me right, one of my favorite, I've always watched Project Runway since the beginning. I love it so much. Even in the current iteration, I like the spin-off shows. I just love watching designers create. Like that's something for me that is so cool, especially as somebody who like does not have that gene. I don't understand how they can take like this and make that. Anyway, so I've loved it. And one of my favorite designers, I'm pretty sure this girl, April Johnston, she was young, she was super creative. I loved kind of her vibe. If memory serves me right, she is one of the designers on Free People Movement. I'll have to confirm that, but she was awesome. And it makes sense. Like it makes sense that she would have her hands on this because this all very much has her flavor, you know? I love it. So anyway, I had these listed for $24 again. I probably would have listed them if they were in like perfect condition. I probably would have listed them high 30s because that's about what they were going for. But I had these listed for $24 and somebody liked them. My Posh Sidekick sent them an offer for $21 and that was accepted after a week. So a $1 cost from the bins. This brought my profit to $13.78. And that is that. Some of you guys actually, I keep meaning to talk about this. Some of you guys ask, I always say my sidekick. I highly recommend it. This is something that you are trying to do full time or you're really trying to ramp it up. Invest in a virtual assistant. This is a program that will like share your closet for you. It will automatically share other people's items for you that you follow. You know, it just kind of keeps you engaged in the community without you having to like sit on the app all the time, you know, which is incredibly tedious and, you know, doesn't leave you much time for sourcing and photographing and doing all the other things that is involved in having a business like this. I use Posh Sidekick. I've used them for months and months. They are awesome. They have all of the features I need. I know that they just recently launched a cross-listing side to their business, which I have not touched yet. I do use another cross-lister. I use Vendu for the cross-lister. I would love to get that all streamlined, but I'm kind of intimidated at like how much work it's going to be to port over all of my listings from one to the other. But either way, I've been super pleased with Posh Sidekick. I have a referral link down below. I think you get a little, you maybe get like a free month or something like that, but that's down in the comments below. But evaluate what you need for your needs. There are some out there that like require you to have, they do it only on desktop and they need you to have like a window open all the time. That's not for me. I need this thing to run from an app. So anyway, do your own research, of course. Like I'll never shove my stuff down your throat, but I've been really happy with them. And if that's something you want to give a try to, the link is down below. So next up here, this is one that I've had for a while. And I was kind of surprised at how long this took to sell, but I also found this like end of summer. And this is definitively a summer top. This is from Faithful, the brand, which is an Australian brand. They sell it at Revolve. And I gotta say, like, I'm super impressed with the quality of everything I've ever picked up from Faithful, the brand. I've had a few different pieces. I still have a few pieces in my closet. You know, I'm just gonna fold this in half. But this is just a cute little like peasant top. That's a smocked waist. It's really like a good, you can just tell, you can tell quality smocking. Again, linen, this is lined, it's black, it's as cute as could be. Perfect for festival season, which is upon us. Again, guys, gentle reminder, if you are not already doing it, I don't care if it's 2 degrees where you are right now. And like, if it is, I hope you're staying warm, but people are starting to buy for summer big time. So get those summer things listed, put your focus on getting those summer things listed. If you are dealing with limited space, focus on getting those sweaters sold and out of your closet so they're not hogging up all that space over the summer. But yeah, this was a great piece that I found. I really loved it. I love the style. It was in perfect condition. And this was probably a good $150 to $200. Like Faithful brand is very expensive. Again, the quality's there, so I don't necessarily mind that. But I had this for 7 or 8 months. Again, I think I bought this tail end of last summer. So, it makes sense. Not many people are wearing crop peasant tops in January in like Wisconsin. Where's this going? New Jersey. Nobody's wearing crop tops in January in New Jersey. Although I sure did when I was in college. And I wore them proudly while walking through the dead of winter to a frat house for a party. Sorry, Mom. Anyway, I had this listed for $44. Again, my sidekick sent an offer for $41. It was accepted. This one had a $5 cost. I think it was like $4.98, and that brought my profit to $30.78. Definitely a brand to be on the lookout for, but I guess, keep your eye out on seasonality for that. Most of the stuff that I found from Faithful, which makes sense because it's an Australian brand, have been summer pieces. So hopefully those pieces that I have that have been sitting for a little bit of time will start to pop off now, and I'll continue to pick up new stuff, as I see it. Next up, now this was kind of a wild one. I picked this up just because of the style. There's no tag in it. I couldn't find anything. There's no contents tag, but you can see where there was a tag at one point. Like you can see the remnants of stitches. The quality is really nice. It's this pretty crinkled gauze. It's got 2 leg slits. It's a little like maxi dress. And it's got a ruffle top. So super wearable, super breezy. I knew that this would go based on style alone. I just didn't know how long it would take to sell. And when I have stuff like that, I just keep my eyes out for offers because I don't, it's not something that's really searchable by brand, which I do like to lean on a little bit. So I really had to go kind of crazy, not crazy, but like I went heavy with keywords on this, and that's kind of my best tip. If you have stuff that is good quality, you don't know what brand it is, whatever it is, lean on the keywords because people search, obviously there's a ton of people searching for brands. People are searching for the Free People Found My Friend, like people will be searching for things by name, but people are also gonna, type in black and white sundress, racerback, black and white sundress with 2 leg slits. Like people will search for stuff like that, kind of looking for an aesthetic, not necessarily a brand. So you can always kind of catch those as long as you take the time to keyword properly. And I'm talking you want to use keywords in your title, in your description, and you want to leverage those little tags that Poshmark and other brands allow you to have. So this is a perfect example of one that was moved pretty successfully. So this one I had for about a month, and I had it listed for $28. And within that month I got an offer for $22, which I accepted. I was happy to move this on. I'm always wary when I have something that is unbranded. I don't know how many offers I'm gonna get on it, but an offer within a month, super happy about that. With a $1 cost from the bins, this brought my profit to $16.60. And this is a cute dress. This is a super cute dress. I hope she loves it. Next up here, now these were a cool find. This is a pair of, and I believe these are Y2K vintage, Abercrombie jeans. And like, if you were around in the Y2K years, like you knew what a flex it was to have Abercrombie jeans. I think that was like one of the first things I ever bought off of eBay was a pair of Abercrombie jeans, and I'm pretty sure that they were fakes. I ended up finding a pair off of like, you know, on clearance, and I wore them until they literally fell apart. But you know, these were absolutely positively a flex. So these are like little bell bottoms. Let me show you before I fold them. So they're high-waisted, they're bell bottoms, they have cute patch pockets. This is very like right now, these are really good condition. So I was excited to find these. You know, you rarely, like I always say, when you are out thrifting, when you are out in the bins, y'all check the crotches. Blowout happens, and that is not something that is like easily fixable. So super happy I got these. I think they're so cute. And again, in great condition. You know, 18-year-old Julia is jealous of the availability of Poshmark for all these kids today. Because man, I mean, like it was, you know, there wasn't as much internet, right? There wasn't core aesthetics. There wasn't like cottagecore and you can dress this way. You basically had like, you were a punk, or you were like bling, or you were in like Abercrombie or one of the cheaper versions of Abercrombie, Aeropostale, whatever. And you knew that like if you had the Abercrombie, that was peak, right? Like that was the elite brand. So, you know, it's very cool today that we have this kind of cyclical fashion, you know, for kids to be able to get this kind of stuff and not pay $100. Or, you know, to find something vintage that nobody else has without having to spend hours and hours and hours in a thrift store. I always think about that a lot. Like, you know, there's a lot of people out there who kind of bag on resellers because, oh, we take things out of people's hands, whatever. There's truly no shortage of affordable clothing out there. I mean, the sheer amount that gets taken back at my bins, and I'm not saying, like, I'm leaving behind a lot of good stuff, J. Crew, Loft, you know, super high quality stuff. But, you know, there's a lot of people who want to buy secondhand, and it takes, you know, if you are shopping for yourself and you want to go and find a pair of jeans in your size and a style that you want, you know, that's going to take probably all in, you know, 8 to 10 hours in a thrift store to really find that right piece that you're looking for. Anyway, so these I had listed for about 2 months. I had them listed at $39. My Sidekick sent an offer for $35. This is one of the things that the Sidekick does. They send offers to likers on your behalf. And I gotta say, probably 50% of my sales that come through Poshmark, easily 50% of my sales are either triggered from that or I get a counter offer off of what they send. Really, like if I didn't have that thing running, like my sales would be way, way, way lower than they are. So it pays for itself many, many times over. Of course, you'll have to do that calculation on your sales volume and what you're doing. But like for me, I couldn't pay enough. Anyway, so had this for $39. My Sidekick sent the offer for $35, which was accepted. $1 cost of the bins has brought my profit to $24.98. I hope she loves these. These are such a cool pair of jeans. Next up, now this is a cool one. This is one I've talked about a bunch. This is a Laura Ashley nightgown. Now this is kind of a plainer Laura Ashley nightgown. When you get into the ones with the pin tucks that are all white or all a single color, or even if you're getting into like the dresses that are, you know, kind of like that micro corduroy fabric, that seems to be the one that's most in demand. But y'all, Laura Ashley sells for crazy amounts. This is, I want to say from the 90s. So the 80s is really the most ideal that you can find, but 90s is also great. You can usually tell by where they're made. This one is made in the UAE, which I think is where they manufactured these in the early 90s. But this is in like perfect condition. It's 100% cotton. Laura Ashley is like beautiful quality textiles. You know, this was really expensive back in the day. Like I remember as a kid, and I'm sure my mom thrifted it because we thrifted everything. But I remember my mom, I had a dress and I hated it. I hated dressy dresses. She can confirm. I hated like the Easter dresses. They were so scratchy. I still hate scratchy things. But anyway, I had this Laura Ashley dress and I remember her saying, actually, that's Laura Ashley. And that didn't mean anything to me at like 3 years old. What I wanted was my super soft cotton multiples. Do you remember multiples? Does anybody else out there remember multiples? They were like my jam back in the day. Pull-on pants, and they always had this like zigzag tricot trim. But anyway, this was a great little find. I will always pick this up. In the thrift, I will pick this up. In the bins, of course. But this is something that I would comfortably say, feel free to like pay up for a Laura Ashley piece if you find it and it's in good condition. I have had pieces sell into the hundreds fast, like not sit around for 2 years and sell in the hundreds, like sell within a month in the hundreds. I've had pieces sell for like 75. This one I had listed for 65. Again, it's a nightgown and it's one of the more plain nightgowns that I've seen. And within a month I had an offer for 50. So, you know, I would have comfortably probably paid up to $10, $12 for this at a thrift store, and I would 100% recommend if you see it, you do the same. And I think that fits in anybody's like profit margin. But I did get this at the bins, which is always an exciting find. This is like one of my favorite things to find in the bins. So with a $1 cost from the bins, this brought my profit to $39 even. Super excited about that. Another great piece headed out the door. Next up is this cute little kimono from Free People, and this is in like the most whisper, soft, sheer, delicate gossamer that I've ever seen. It's that kind of like gossamer that has a natural like texture to it. Like if you lean on it or you sit on it, it starts to like show little waves. It's just a kind of a function of the fabric, but it's super cute, and I never find these. I never find kimonos from Free People. Just for whatever reason, I find a ton of kimonos. I very rarely find. So yeah, super, super cute. This is called the Salt Spray. I just love that it's got this kind of like, it almost looks like bleach splatter on it, but very, very cute. This I had just over a month. It is very light, so I have a feeling that this is gonna go on for use as a swim cover-up, which I hope if she uses this as a swim cover-up, she's delicate with it around concrete. This is the kind of fabric that will get pulled pretty intensely if you put it on a rough surface. It's just a really, really delicate fabric. I had this for just over a month. I had it listed for $34 and it popped through as a full price sale. So always excited for a full price sale. This had a $1 cost at the bins. This brought my profit to $26.20. I hope she loves it. I hope that's going to a nice pool day. It is getting warmer. I'm excited for a pool day. I don't know about you, but I'm pumped. Next up, now speaking of like the ultimate beach piece, this is a linen sweater, like 100% Italian linen sweater from Banana Republic. I like picking up these kind of pieces from Banana Republic. They are things that like, you know, this, if it was any other brand, would have gone for like $120. Italian linen, a linen sweater. I just love the flop of a linen sweater. That's kind of my thing. But I had this for 5 to 6 months. I think I found this end of last summer. And again, it makes sense. It's open weave, it's light. Like this is just made for the beach. And I had it listed for $30. So this is, again, you know, when I say that I love finding these things from Banana Republic, that's a perfect example. Like that's about the going rate for a sweater like this from Banana. And like, if you are shopping for stuff like this, look at Banana Republic pieces. I always say this with men's stuff too. They have like silk cashmere sweaters that you'll get for like $25. you know, it's a great sale for me because I found this at the bins. So I had this for 5 to 6 months, and I had this listed at $30 even. I got an offer for $25, which I did accept. You know, I had this for a while. I was ready to move it on. Great price. So like before you go and drop, you know, if you're shopping for yourself, before you go and drop $100 on a Jenny Kane linen sweater, I don't think they make linen sweaters, but you know what I'm saying. Look at Banana Republic. Because Banana Republic's an expensive store. Like, it's not cheap. Anyway, $1 cost from the bins has brought my profit to $19 even. And it's a great sweater. Happy to get that on its way. Next up, now this is the first of 2 Athleta pants that I sold in this exact color this weekend. Which is strange because within like 3 weeks of sourcing, I found 3 pairs of pants from Athleta in this color. So these are their Salutation Joggers in Power Vita, which is similar to like an Align fabric, if you can imagine. These were in great condition. They have, they're a jogger silhouette with a nice wide band. They have pockets. They're in fantastic condition in this kind of like dusty mauve color. Like newer tag Athleta is just one of my favorite things to find because people really do, just like Lululemon, they seek out the pieces by name. And I will say, in particular, I love finding the bottoms, like the newer Athleta bottoms. They sell so quick for me. And I get it, like I own a couple pairs of Athleta pants and I love them, like love them. And I have been known to go and find them on secondhand, like when they are no longer made, because I am that person that like finds something that she loves and wears it for the rest of her life. So no shame to anybody who does that. No shame whatsoever. So these guys I had listed for under a week. And I had it listed for $39 and somebody liked it and my sidekick sent an offer for $35, which was accepted in under a week. Super happy with that. $1 cost of the bins has brought my profit to $18.49. And that's a great pair of pants. These I think retail for like $118, so I hope she loves them. I love finding them. I love moving them on because they are so expensive. So my doorbell just went off. You want a little mini unboxing of what I found? Very excited about these. These are something I have been on the hunt for a while. I have not found them at a reasonable anywhere, but I did finally find them on StockX. They came up for a reasonable price. If you don't know me, I'm a sneaker girl, hardcore sneaker girl. Not like a sneakerhead, but like I just like sneakers. Look at them. The collegiate green Sambas, I can't. With like an all black outfit, I'm obsessed. Tell me if you had fun with this. I love it so much. It's all suede, it's got perforated leather. The gum sole, I'm a gum sole gal, but these came from StockX. Back to the shipping. Sorry, that just showed up at my door as I was doing this. So next up here is this cute top. Now this is from a brand. The parent brand of this is called House of CB. I've talked about it on my channel before. House of CB is a British-based company, and their whole shtick is that they make dresses that just accentuate the female body. You know, so it's a lot of like corset tops, lower necklines, just everything to like accentuate and snatch, for lack of a better term. But this is one of their sub-brands called Mistress Rocks. I think it's kind of a diffusion brand. It's slightly, I think, lower priced than House of CB, but either way, this is a brand that people are seeking out. So keep your eyes out for that name. This is called the Temptation shirt. It's this beautiful, like high quality cotton poplin. I was super pumped to find this. I had never found a Mistress Rocks piece before. I had found House of CB before, and it always sold really, really quickly. I'm always excited to find it. And I mean, the pieces are expensive, yes. Like, you know, the dresses are between like $200 and $300 for the most part. But the quality is so nice. Like there are a lot of brands out there that charge $200, $300 for their dresses that like can't hold a candle to the quality of a House of CB brand. Even this piece, which I think retailed for like $128, this piece, like you can tell the quality is there. The fabric is top notch. It's got really nice finishing. Really excited to find it. So this one I had listed for $40 and I only had it listed for 4 days, and I got an offer for $30, which I did accept. I love a fast mover. That was a fair price. I'm all about those kind of sales. $1 cost from the bins. This brought me to $26.23. Very, very cute. I hope she loves this. Next up is the second pair of those Athleta pants. Now these are the Brooklyn high-waisted wide leg trousers. Again, in this like really pretty like mauve color. I'm just gonna try to, these kind of have that vibe of like, these would look like a business pair of pants, but they are, you know, soft and stretchy, just like athletic wear. I mean, you know, they're from Athleta. So this is easily something you could throw on for the office and like nobody would know that you were essentially wearing gym pants. And for somebody like me, I am a creature of comfort. I'm in. Sold. But these were also a size 16 tall, which is great to find. I know it's gotta be tough for the tall queens and the short queens to find stuff on the secondhand market because there's just not as much of it out there. So I'm always excited when I find a size that's not only like in the plus size, but also tall. I know that it's gonna move quick, and I know that it's, you know, something that is needed out there. Highly sought after. So I had these listed for $64, and like the sold comps were between like $50 and $80 on these. So I had this listed for $64, and within 2 weeks I got an offer for $50, which I gladly accepted. With a $1 cost from the bins, this ended up with a profit of $36.82. Super happy about that, and I hope she loves these pants. Next up, now this is one from my own closet. These are a pair of Lululemon Align camouflage leggings, and they are the green camo leggings. Now I need to clarify that because when I bought these, and this is 100%, and I was influenced to buy it, purchase. When I went to buy these, you could always get the gray camo, but you could never get the green camo. And I remember figuring out that Lululemon restocks its website on Tuesday, just pro tip in case you ever need that. At least they used to at the time. They restocked their website on Tuesdays, and I was able to get this pair. But I got them, and I love my Aligns. I love my Aligns. But I just never reached for them. Like, I think I probably wore these 2 or 3 times. So, you know, I'm like, all right, I'm not gonna continue reaching for them now. I haven't really been into camouflage too much, so I'm gonna get them listed, and somebody else who wants the screen camo, because it is still kind of hard to find, is gonna be pumped to find it. So yeah, that's definitely I was influenced to buy it by some blogger, and just never really wore them. So I was happy to get them on out the door. I had these listed for $58, which was about, you know, around the sold comps that I was seeing, between like 50 and 75. So I had these listed for $58, and within 2 months, you know, so they sat for a little bit. Within 2 months, I got an offer for $52.20. So I gladly accepted that. I'm glad to get these out of my closet and, you know, getting some use more than anything. It was a real shame because, like, after all of that, like waking up early on a Tuesday, I wore them like twice. That basically brings my profit $38.43. That is something I can put towards something that I will wear. There you go. That's how this whole shtick started. I started buying to sell a long time ago. I started to buy things that I knew I would be able to sell on resale when I was done with them. And sure enough, here we are. Next up here is this cute top for Cynthia. This is linen. It's like really pretty coral color. I had seen this brand a few times, and I wasn't sure like where it was sold. I couldn't find much about it online. And one of you actually chimed in when I did this in the haul and said that they sell this at like TJ Maxx, which makes sense. So it's probably a department store brand of some sort. But I did get this because of the color. The color is beautiful and the details are really pretty, and it's linen. You know, like a linen top is always gonna go. I will pretty much pick up most linens if the linen is high quality. And this definitely is. It's really pretty, it's an extra small, and it's very springy. So this sold, literally, I wasn't even done. I had this listed for $27, and I wasn't even done doing my listing for the day when this offer popped in. So maybe this is a really hot seller. I wish I could tell you more. This is the first piece of For Cynthia I've ever sold, but maybe be keeping your eyes out for Cynthia Linen, because I mean, this was minutes. I can't even say that this was hours that it sold. This sold in minutes. So I had this listed for $27 and got that offer for $20, which I gladly accepted. With a $1 cost from the bins, this brought my profit to $17.39. So lesson learned, I will try another piece or two because I do see these at the bins from time to time. I'll see if I can pick up a few more linen pieces and see if I have the same experience. I will of course report back to you. Anything I learn, I'm gonna pass that on to you. Next up, now this was one I knew was gonna go quick. This was the cutest little pure Jill linen dress in this gorgeous like cerulean blue. The thing I love about this, and the thing that's kind of tough about linen, is it's rigid, right? So this has the sleeves and the side panels are jersey. They're like a really lightweight knit sweater. So there's movement in it. It's just this real simple, breezy, like A-line silhouette. Just gorgeous. I knew this was going to be a fast seller. Between the color and the fact that it was linen and the time of the year, like no question this was gonna fly out of my closet. So true to form, this did not disappoint. I had this listed for $32. And you know, most J. Jill stuff, depending on the finish, I generally expect to see like between $28 and $32. It's kind of the range that I find them in. So that's where I price them. Like I'll price them at that $32 and you know, with room for negotiation. And I had this listed for, I think, about 2 weeks. Got an offer for $25, which I did accept. I had to like massage that one into the envelope there. So dollar cost from the bins, that brought my profit to $21.78. Super pleased about that. That is such a cute dress, but at the right price, like all day I will pick those up. Finally here, this is the last piece. This is another piece from my own closet. And this is this beautiful like Glen Plaid, this is called a Glen Plaid blazer from Everlane. Now I've had this probably 2 years and I bought it from Everlane. You know, it was not cheap. You know, and I'm thinking here, it's a basic, it's a gorgeous blazer, but you know what? I just never reached for it. I think I maybe wore this once or twice and it deserves to be worn. It's Italian wool. It is just a stunning little piece that did not get the wear that it deserves from me. So I was super happy to get this moving. I've had this listed for a while and I'll tell you, it's had a lot of action on it. Most Everlane things that I have had sell really well, generally very quickly. So this was kind of an anomaly, but it's also a bigger piece. It's a more expensive piece. I've sold a lot of like the jeans and the basic tops. They go very quickly. You know, kind of like Madewell jeans. People really like the Everlane jeans and they know what size they are and all of that. But this is a bigger piece. It was a little bit more expensive. I want to say I paid $260 for this. Oh, it just kills me because it is beautiful. It deserves more love than it got. So I had this listed for $118. That in there gently. So I had this listed at I had this listed at $118. And somebody liked it and my sidekick sent an offer for $106. And then I got a counter offer for $98, which I gladly accepted. That was a very fair offer. I had it listed for about 4 months. And again, my profit on this ended up being $78.40. So happy to get this to somebody who's gonna give it some wear. It really is a gorgeous piece. I just never pulled it out. I've got a black blazer. I would pull that out 99 times out of 100 over this one for whatever reason. I think it's because this is the statement. Like this is the statement of an outfit, and I always like to do that with shoes or accessories or something. For whatever reason, that's just how I am. But great sale, and I hope she loves it. But But that is it, guys. That is the shipment for today. As per usual, I'm running late, so I need to get all this stuff together and get it down to the post office ASAP. But thank you guys so much for hanging with me while I get my work done. Did you like my little mini haul in the middle of the video? I'm sorry, that just came like as I was filming, and my front door is like right there, so I couldn't like ignore it. And we've had some porch pirates in the neighborhood, so I wanted to get that off of the porch real quick. But guys, if you had fun, don't forget to hit like and subscribe down below. It really helps me out. Don't forget to follow along on all of my socials. I'll have my handles right here. I'll also list them down below. Again, if you wanted to try the Posh Sidekick, if you think that that's going to be right for you in terms of its feature set, I've got my referral link down below. This is of course not sponsored, but that is a referral link. But guys, without further ado, have the most incredible week. I hope it's starting to warm up where you are. I hope the flowers are starting to bloom. I hope spring is starting to spring. But guys, have the most incredible week. Happy hunting, and I will see you in the next one.